Why is Popeye the Tasmanian Devil's favorite classic cartoon character? Because he always eats his spinach. Welcome to the stream. Very happy to have you here tonight, my friends. Sorry, I know I probably looked a little bit confused. I forgot to put my headphones on, so like my audio situation isn't correct. I tucked them under my desk for safekeeping and forgot to bring them back out. So let me quickly make things right. Much better. Alright, my friends. So welcome to the stream. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're doing well. We've got Ferrum. Ferrum Tusk is first in the chat tonight. Welcome in, Tusk. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. And Sparrow the Dragoon close behind. If anyone doesn't know, the music that you hear at the start of the streams is put together by Sparrow. And you are able to check out more of his work with those links there. Lucent Jelly, thank you for all the delicious snacks you have provided me, Jelly. Thank you for being here with us as well, of course. I see my joke got some mixed reactions there. Just wait. Just wait. If you keep tuning in for the stream opening jokes when I play Taz games, there have been some pretty horrific puns that Jelly and I have come up with in the drafting process. I'm very ready for the jank tonight, Tusk says. Alright, I appreciate the enthusiasm, thank you. And also, for anyone curious, Jelly does the most of the artwork and the emotes that you see on the stream. Jelly also does her own thing on YouTube every now and then. It's been a while since she's published a video, but every once in a while, if you like Let's Plays and want to see more of our basement. You could tune in there for some very fine videos. I'm a huge fan. Sparrow says, I have to say, occasionally I use the happy emote and maybe even the love emote in other channels, and people always love them. That is absolutely fantastic. Ready for the jank. Yes, so we've got at least two things we're going to do tonight. We're going to work on Taz-Mania here, and also the Minish Cap. Depending on how much of Taz-Mania is left, we may also have time for a third thing. I'm not entirely sure what that could be, but there are things that we've been working on for a while, so we'll see when we get there. Because I'm kind of thinking if I beat this game and then we move over to the Minish Cap, if I finish a dungeon in the Minish Cap, I'll probably want to stop there. But if I've got more stream energy, we might have some time left. Frownie, I was going to ask if it's something you're comfortable with, Sparrow says. I'd love to see a behind-the-scenes photo or two of what the new setup looks like, all the gaming equipment and camera setup, etc. I would love to share photos of that, Sparrow. I've talked about it for a very long time. Taking some nice photos of my dwelling down here. And post them on the Discord. It's just an issue of because my room has been in constant flux. I've never been able to get it presentable enough for photos, but absolutely 100%. I'm going to try and make that happen as soon as I get things a bit together. Because believe me, the floor, like you have to walk little specific trails between the piles of debris. I've got wires and cords and controllers and just stuff is just everywhere. It's a mess. It is an absolute disaster. It looks better than it used to. If you watch some really old streams, every now and then I would pan my webcam around the room to just kind of show off what it looked like. And it was always a nightmare. Yeah, that's why none of my cats can come down here and keep company with me. Someone needs a calyx? I don't know what that is. Or two, I think. Good old cube storage. Oh, okay. Well, I've got some like plastic tubs to get this stuff organized into. It's just the problem is I spilled everything out, and now I don't want to just cram everything randomly back into a plastic tub. I want to like put it away somewhat neatly. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm actually going to move a table down here into a part of the room that I'm not really using, and that'll give me like some surface area to work on, and I should be able to get things put away fairly quickly once that happens. But yeah, very long way to say photos eventually incoming in the Discord. For now, you'll just have to be content with this wonderful view of my immediate area. My webcam is something that I want to show off, though, because my webcam is actually mounted on a microphone arm. And it's attached via a random screw and bolts that I found in the basement. It's great. I can't believe it. I can't believe it works. It looks so silly to me. Stream Kyle, welcome in. Is that soon trademarked? Cats would love to play and eat all those wires. I know. That's why Khaki could never come down here. Because he doesn't just play with stuff, he consumes it. And so, that would be very bad. I'd have to replace everything that he chewed on. And the other cats, would just cause the typical catastrophe. Alright, let me put in this password. And we can start pressing some buttons here while we chat. Six 62077. I have some of those storage tubs too. Problem is, when you stack them up, I need the middle or bottom one. Don't I know it? Don't I know it, Sparrow? I've lived out of storage cubes for a decade or more. Cat Chaos is cute, but boy, it can put a damper on things. Yeah, I would love to have one of my cats down here to sit on the couch next to me while I was streaming, but it just won't work. All right, so we didn't really play this level last night. I took a brief stroll through the first screen or two of it. That's right, it's dinosaurs. This game is not terrible. It's a very slow-moving game. And basically, the thing that makes this game a problem is how narrow your field of view is. If the camera were zoomed out about 15%, this would be a really, this would be a pretty decent game. As it is, though, like, you have to make so many blind jumps where you just fall directly into a pit or you jump directly into an enemy, and it's incredibly frustrating. One of my favorites was the bag of dry rice chewed open and strewn across the floor and into my shoes, Jelly says. Yeah, any sort of toy we get for Khaki, he dismantles and eats all of its individual parts one by one. It doesn't matter what it's made out of. Plastic, fabric, metal. I fear he won't survive incredibly long. The way he eats things. Mile Hyrule, good to see you. Welcome in. She's a savage. Is that in reference to Khaki? Khaki is a male cat, and he is a savage indeed. Well, let me check this out. Sparrow says, cube storage is better that way. It does mean you need to buy containers for each of the cubes, which can get pricey. But they're good size for cables, consoles, cartridges. Okay, yeah. In my case, a whole load of soldering equipment, tools, a projector, load of tools for my DJ equipment. Yeah, so we actually, that's actually what I used for all of my games before I had media shelves. I had, I had a thing from IKEA that was just basically cubbies with these collapsible like fabric cubes that you would slide in as drawers. You could slide in and out, and I had those filled with my games. I'm actually using those as bookshelves currently, though. I think I'm backtracking. I paused and I got confused about what I was supposed to be doing. I 100% understand this. My cat Tigger has gotten into the pantry and put holes into rice bags. He is the bane of all plastic bags and plants alike. That's exactly what I've got going on. Check out my DJ stream next time. The bottom 3 shelves are those fabric cube things. Oh, alright. They're looking a bit scruffy lately, though, which bothers me. It seems like sometimes the clock down on the bottom, it seems like sometimes it gets like caught on a particular number every now and then, and one of those seconds will last a lot longer than like they're supposed to. No. Because of that, the last night when we played this, I developed this weird idea that the timer maxed out at, I think, 39. And that it would give you the additional seconds but not show them. Because it was stuck on 39 for a really long time. Oh, thank you for the pistachios jelly. Yeah, we can stop and have some of those in just a moment. Not sure what I'd do for a Taz game, but my first thought isn't slow moving. Well, the SNES game is certainly much more fast moving, but it is also much less fun to play. Oh, I see. You were starting me off easy. Well, thank you, Jelly. You're right there, Frownie. I think the way older systems dealt with the CPU being overloaded was to process everything and slow down, as opposed to skipping frames. Oh no, I think I skipped a clock that I normally pick up. Oh. They fooled me. That fish wasn't there to help me at all. Well, I paid for not collecting that clock. If you ever see Sonic, when you lose a lot of rings, the whole game slows down? Yeah. I mean, my favorite video game of all time is Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I'm no stranger to slow down. That game is notorious for its slowdown segments. It's got an entire boss. There's one entire boss that lags the whole time. Might be worth looking at the timer and see if the seconds also slow down too. Ah, yeah, you know what? And I've never done that. I don't think I've ever paid attention to that in Super Ghouls and Ghosts as much as I've played it. Because the timer's really generous in that game. Except for on the very last level. Which actually doesn't lag very much. It's like in the Matrix when they're dodging bullets. It is. Because like people have made there are ROM hacks that exist of Super Ghouls and Ghosts that quote unquote fix the slowdown. Every now and then I'll be asked if I've ever played one of them, and I haven't, but I can't imagine why I would want to. I'm so used to having that superpower in those particular parts of the game that always slow down. Why would I want to sacrifice that? Wonder how those ROM hacks deal with it. Does it just, I mean, I'm not going to have an answer for how it works. Frame skip, or do they actually fix something in the code to prevent the CPU from overloading? Have to look into that. Yeah, I know ROM hacks exist for Super Ghouls and Ghosts to remove the slowdown, but I don't know if it skips frames. I imagine they just thought of some way to, like, change the code to, like, make it more efficient with, like, maybe, like, the way it handles off-screen objects or enemies. That would be my guess. My based on absolutely nothing guess. Hey, we cleared a stage. Well, this is a terrifying level. Alright, first try. The really impressive thing about that is they would have to have had to mess with the machine code to change that, as I doubt they would have the original code. I wish I knew. I have no insight. Okay. Oh, that's not deadly. What? don't know, I began to think maybe I'm supposed to go down into the, mud? What? You can climb? I've never been able to climb a ladder, but you have to be lined up pixel perfect. This is crazy. I was pressing up. I was trying to climb. I was standing like, you know, like this doesn't work. This doesn't work. You've got to be lined up directly in the center to climb a ladder. That is wild. I don't know what these 50s are that I keep grabbing. 50 points? Why? Takes a special level of obsessive interest to learn that stuff. In many ways, the concepts are so simple. Sorry. Keep falling off of the ladders. Like swapping sprites, etc. It's finding out how to do them that I can imagine would be mind-numbingly difficult. Hello, Loyal. Welcome in. Stoked to see you on. Having a great time with this master artwork. We play only the finest games on this stream. And I'm doing good. I've had a really good day. I had one of my favorite dinners. I had breakfast for dinner. Bacon and eggs and toast. Breakfast for dinner. I'm a fan, Sparrow says. Yeah, I love breakfast for dinner. Oh, I haven't ever reported. I've gotten around to using my waffle iron too, and it's been excellent both times. I made waffles and bacon. And I had waffles and fried chicken over the weekend. Sounds amazing. I love breakfast for dinner, Loyal says. What about dinner for breakfast? You know, I've not been opposed to eating a traditional dinner food at breakfast time every now and then. Especially pizza. Ironing waffles flat. Does that just make them a pancake? You had waffles and chicken, you're a legend. Pizza's good at all times of the day, morning, noon, night, 3 a.m. I've never really been a fan of a cold pizza, though. I know a lot of people like to eat leftover pizza cold, but not me. Here's something weird. Most of the times when I reheat pizza, I like to do it in the oven. I think you get a better product when you reheat your pizza in the oven than when you reheat it in the microwave. With the one exception to that being the like regular pan pizza from Pizza Hut. Which I actually think it tastes better out of the microwave on the second day than it does when it's fresh. Maybe I'm crazy. Come on. You know, this level wouldn't be quite so bad if I didn't spend 100 hours at the base of each ladder trying to figure out how to get Taz to begin climbing. You know, you climb a lot of ladders in a lot of video games. And the thing is, like, a perfectly vertical ladder, like you come across in video games, I can probably count the times I've climbed a perfectly vertical ladder in my life. I mean, that may have only happened, like, maybe 3 times. Ladders that I always climb are, I mean, even then, I don't climb a ladder very often, but when I do, it's typically a collapsible ladder that's at an angle. And basically never a perfectly vertical ladder like you see in games everywhere. And really, I think the only time I ever climbed a vertical ladder was as a kid, entering a treehouse. Oh, goodness. No! How? I was thinking that things were going so well. How tall is this level? I can't believe I'm gonna time out. After so much. This is the worst. This is the worst. James, good to see you. Welcome in. This song is a bop. It's alright. It's actually pretty great compared to a lot of the music I've been putting up with over the past couple weeks. Oh, I skipped a clock somewhere, I think. Oh, it's over here. Never mind, we got it. Pizza is great, Loyal says. Ugh. Sorry, I can't get up this ladder. Why? Did we ever beat the other jank version of this game? No, I have not beaten that one, Loyal. I don't know if I ever will. I mean, I'm going to play it again, but I don't have a lot of hope. I think attempting to beat Super NES Taz-Mania is an exercise in futility. No, I need more clocks. Where are all the clocks? Chompy's Paradise. Welcome in, Chompy. Have you ever played the Taz game on the Sega Master System. I have never played a Master System game at all. I had it as a kid and have fond memories. There are some Master System games that look like they would be cool to try out, but no, I've never owned one, and I've never known anyone who had one, so that's a console that's very mysterious to me. Why? Why is this so... I've fallen off the ladders. I'm gonna lose my mind. So far I've only played Taz-Mania on the SNES and this one on the Game Boy. And this is the winner. Between the SNES game and this game is way better. I mean, it's not as creative, I have to admit, but... We know Taz's weakness, ladders. This kingdom will be ours. It's a cool console, also has some superior versions of games that made it onto the Game Gear. With a Game Gear, one of my cousins had a Game Gear when we were kids, and he had a Sonic game. That I don't remember very well, but I'm pretty sure we played a Power Rangers game and a puzzle game called, I think it was called Slider. And that one we really liked. We played that game a whole lot. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm falling instead of jumping. Oh, a clock. Unbelievable. I think that enemy is mandatory damage. Not only do we have to make it up there in excellent time. A slider puzzle game. It was not a collection of slide puzzles. I think it was a block pushing puzzle. In fact, it might have just been a board navigation puzzle. But I think Slider was like a little yellow guy, and the levels were tiles of ice, and I don't remember if there were enemies or what really the goal was. If it was to line up boxes or to just get to an exit. But I remember we played it a whole lot and had a lot of fun with it. Oh, a collection of slide puzzles. Worst video game. I know they exist. In fact, I think my grandfather had an NES game that was nothing but slide puzzles. I seem to recall that, and I have a vague impression of a slide puzzle of a tiger. I've never seen a platformer where the clock is this tight. I know. The clock is brutal in this game. It's like Outrun. My grandfather had a punishment video game. I wasn't even watching my health at all. It was a surprise when I died, but I mean, I completely deserved it. I didn't pay attention to damage at all that time. I don't know where my head was at. There's a good chance this could be the final level of this game. That might just be wishful thinking. That's one of the ways I'd punish my kids for bad behavior. Make them play terrible video games. That could really backfire. That could really backfire if you had a son like me. who plays trash like this for fun. Do you think this is the first time this game has been played with a GameCube Game Boy player? Certainly not, but it probably doesn't happen very often. Normally, for original Game Boy games, my preference is to use the Super Game Boy, but sort of a combination of the Super NES not quite being hooked back up yet after I move stuff around, and also I'm going to be using the Game Boy player for the Minish Cap later tonight anyway. Kind of had me think, well, just might as well use the Game Boy player. Oh, I can't believe it. Patience is not a part of a kid's demeanor. Everything they want is on demand nowadays. I mean, I certainly can't imagine I would have had the patience to play this as a kid. A fondness, like a love of difficult games, and the patience to play frustrating trash games is something I've only developed as an adult. No. Please, give me a clock, please. Or the finish line. That's even better. Boss time. I think we've got one chance at the boss. Two. I've got 2 lives. It got me. No, it got me again. Oh, this is gonna be a rough boss. My strategy is to hope it doesn't ever land twice in the same place. So wherever it comes down, that's where I'm standing for the next round. Oh no, I should have listened to myself. Victory. That was not the final stage or the final boss. The game continues. Wow, that was so frustrating. I thought that could have been the end, because we're pretty far along. Alright, 3, 6, 6, 8, 8, 2. It's a game that never ends. Well, we've been through 5 worlds. So, I mean, I'm thinking a Game Boy game, right? Like, I was thinking it could have been over at the end of world number 4. But I think this is a later Game Boy game, right? So... they figured out how to... make more expansive Game Boy games by this point. Zookeeper Copter. This feels like a Sonic fight. Ah, it's coming for me. I'm pretty sure I've had this exact same fight with Robotnik. It's a good thing I can't hurt myself with these stones, huh? I like it. It's a good boss fight. I'm sure Sonic probably also wasn't the first, you know, to do this kind of boss fight either. It's just the first one I could think of. Victory! Well done! You defeated the Zookeeper. Hey, I think that's the end. Dude, that is the smallest score anyone's ever had at the end of any game. Oh, I love it. Credit roll. Hey, thank you for the GG. Thank you for the trophies. We've done it. Yeah, it's a Sunsoft game. Sunsoft was, from what I understand, really great on the NES. I've played a little bit of Sunsoft, and Sunsoft NES games seem to be fantastic. After the NES, something went wrong. Something went wrong. That sun set. Hey, Professor Starlight, good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you've been doing well since last we were able to enjoy your company. Thank you for the GG. I don't know if I didn't pay attention to the credits. I don't know if they're looping. The music has stopped, but the credits have not. Yes, it's an opportunity to have some coffee anyway. Good, thanks. I see we're out of the basement again. No, I'm in the basement. I just moved things around. I've gone for a much comfier setup down here in my basement. So this is what things are like for me now down here. I'm really enjoying it. This is all new too. First stream with this setup was last night. I should have just left the camera big. Thank you, Mile Hyrule. Will spin the wheel. I love the setup. You look happy and cozy. Thank you, Loyal. I'm feeling good. I was I don't know, it occurred to me like I was going the wrong direction with my streaming setup. I was going the wrong direction. With all the bookshelves and the bar stool and that kind of stuff. I wanted to go for something, change my mind in a simpler, cozier direction. Frownie's epiphany. All right, so we're gonna spin the wheel of scorchin'. It's gonna pick out for me what hot sauce to sample. If you're curious, there's the list of the 5 hot sauces on the wheel and our odds of landing on them. So far, we've only gotten the two mildest sauces. I've only had to sample the green sauce and the Mexicana sauce, and that Mexicana sauce is a letdown. If we land on that one, that's sad because it's not a very good hot sauce. The green sauce is a treat, though. It's delicious. These are all Melinda's brand, which I'd never had before. So I've only three of them here. I've never even tasted before. So I'm kind of hoping for I'm kind of hoping for it to land on a new one, but I'm also kind of scared because they might be really hot. You're my favorite guy, Agent Frownie. Way too cool. Thank you, Loyal. You're way too kind. All right, let's give it a spin. No. It's the sauce I was just talking about. It's no good. But we have to obey the rules. The Mexicana sauce it is. Uh-oh, I'm pressing buttons somewhere in the game. The wheel is unjust. I don't know how that's happening. So a wheat cracker is my method of delivery. I think I'm going to start actually snapping these in half, though. I think a whole wheat cracker is a bit much. I'm going to do the same size dollop of hot sauce, but I'm going to have less cracker to go with it. How long and when did this wheel become a thing? This wheel became a thing last night. Yesterday was the first time we had the wheel. I'm going with like a fourth of a teaspoon of sauce. I feel I feel bad saying the Mexicana sauce is not a good sauce. I mean, it's not great. It's not very hot at all. It's got a very like Tabasco type flavor, but I actually think it's weaker than Tabasco. I say as I lose my breath, as I lose my ability to speak. I don't know. It's just nowhere near as good as the green sauce. But the choice is the wheels to make. Cracker to topping ratio is crucial. Yeah, I want to make sure that I don't have so much cracker that I'm diluting the hot sauce too much. I want to make sure that I'm getting I'm getting a fairly like straightforward punch of it. At least you're honest and we know you're being real. Oh, what, with the hot sauces? I mean, I try my best. All right, so I'm really looking forward this fire roasted garlic and habanero sauce. It's the fourth hottest one on the wheel. I'm actually really looking forward to it. That sounds delicious. So that's the purple. If it lands in a purple slice, I'm going to be real happy because that's the sauce I'm most excited for. All right, my friends. So we finished Taz-Mania. I don't recommend playing Taz-Mania. It's definitely better on the Game Boy than it is on the SNES. It's actually, the thing is, it's kind of like, it's not a better game. It's hard to judge. It's a bad game on the Game Boy, but it's playable on the Game Boy. It's a more interesting and better looking game on the Super Nintendo, but it's a frustrating mess of a game that I think is unbeatable. So it's very weird to compare them. But yeah, we're done with this. I'm going to step away for just a moment and switch the game over, and we will continue our playthrough of the Minish Cap. So thank you for enjoying Taz, and if the Minish Cap is something you would like to come along for, then just stand by a few seconds.